So a very good evening to all my dear friends. So yet another successful candidate we have in this Toppers Talk session of clarity. And as if all of you can see today in front of us is Subhashish. And what to say about Subhashish? Have been guiding him from initially, and he's quite consistent person. And this is his consistency. When I used to talk to him earlier, also I thought that he is the probable candidate this year. And whenever we talk about consistency, Subhashish is the another name for that. Throughout the journey of this 2022 NABARD, he has been consistent, right, Subhashish?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So my heartiest congratulations to you, Subhashish, for your success in your NABARD 2022, because so many aspirants appear in this examination, and then ultimately a handful of candidates only get into select list. So this is also a great achievement, right? So, how many attempts Subhashish earlier you have given in this examination?
Sir, I appeared in last year, but in last year I gave the exam from agriculture stream. Last year I couldn't make it out from mains. And this time, this is the first time I appeared in general, and with God grace, I made it here.
Good. So this is also again one example from the agriculture fraternity, especially which I like the most. See, agriculture fraternity student Shivaji thinks that morning also I was talking to one of the candidate, Taruja, that agriculture fraternity students think that they try to fight for that 2-3 seats in the agriculture first.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because in generalist also there is a lot of opportunity for them. If they take it seriously, if they go in right direction, they can definitely make it to generalist as well. So don't only get blinded by those 2-3 agriculture vacancies, but it comes.
Yes,
you can explore the generalist stream also. You have done that. Many have done that. So I think many can in the future.
So one thing I want to mention, as you always said, that we need to look upon the benefit cost ratio. So this was in my mind while filling the form. At the starting of your mentorship program, you told us that do not think upon that where you want to fill. Just start your preparation as a generalist candidate. When the notification will come, then you will decide. So in this time, we seen that no seats were in agriculture. And as I'm a PhD student and I have an soil science background, so I was in my mind that may I give exam on the land development or in general. So I thought that I started preparation earlier and I am in the process. So why not give a shot to general? Because this is the general stream has a lot more seats as compared to land development. Yes, I was in the thinking process that in the general prelims is itself a big hurdle. That may not be a big hurdle for the specialist stream, which all due respect to them also. But I think being an agriculture student, general stream is a good opportunity for everyone who have the agriculture background.
Right. So if you can just give a brief of your educational qualification, because I'm quite interested in this, because you have a very good educational qualification from good reputed universities of India. So just brief out of that so that all can hear and all can get motivation from you.
Sure, sir. Sir, I completed my UG from Uttar Banga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, Coach Bihar. I have passed from the university in 2017. Then I appeared in JRF and I got into admission in IARI, Division of Agricultural Chemicals. I pursued my MSc from this division, and presently I am a PhD student of the same division.
Right. So my message to the IARI candidates, because I have been closely associated with all the hostels of IARI. So my message would be to all the candidates over there. See, after the ARS debacle, because it's uncertainty over there right now.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
ARS, the hostels in IARI thinks of ARS, they thinks of UPSC and not anything else.
Yes, sir.
So you can also give them the message and through this video also that you can take NABARD. It's related to your stream and it's a very good job. And they can also prepare for this examination in coming years.
Right? Because sir, day by day, if we see the job market scenario of India and most most skewedly if we look into the agriculture, there are a lot of competition. We need to consider these things. And when we have the opportunity, because NABARD is such an organization who is closely working with the field of agriculture where we have the expertise. So being a research scholar of IARI, we have the analytical thinking knowledge and the project formulation knowledge. So this is the platform we can definitely explore. We want to explore, we have to explore for the betterment of our farming community and the rural development. So that was the initial thought process in my mind while filling up the NABARD, taking preparation for the NABARD.
Right, right. So now, Subhash, coming on to the pattern of the examination, that is a phase one, phase two, and interview. So if you talk about first the phase one of the examination, merit and merit section. So how do you cater to both this? How you invested your time? What was your strategy for this to merit and non-merit section?
Sure, sir. Sir, as I have already mentioned that I appeared last year also, so I have little bit of idea about the prelims. From the very beginning of my preparation, I was quite sure that I will be clearing the prelims if I would be consistent. And hello,
Yes, yes, yes.
am I
You're
audible, sir?
audible. Yeah, you're audible. Carry on.
Hello.
You're audible. Carry on. You're audible. Carry on. Carry on, Subhash. You're audible. You're audible.
Okay. Okay. As I'm saying, sir, from for the prelims specifically, I started with your mentorship only, and whatever you told us, I just follow it, and I just have my in my mind that I have to do things as I have as you told us that we need to give the exam on the specific date. As I can recall that on Saturday, I think you posted that every Saturday you posted the weekly power play question. So I have in my mind that I have to give the exam on the Saturday, so I have to prepare accordingly. And I was making notes by my own as I have time in my hostel because my chairperson has told me that yes, you go to hostel and prepare. So from the very beginning, as you said, that PIB is the key. So on a daily basis, I was preparing PIB's note. And for the current affairs part, I relied on Affairs Cloud. Affairs Cloud note is very good. So these two things are the these two things carry the major preparation chunk of my ESI current section. And for the ESI static, though the note you are providing, that is more than enough. I would like to say that is more than enough because ESI static part majorly doesn't carry so much marks. If they come, that would be surely done from the note that you are given, and whatever we need to follow that the current section. So the current section weekly power play is sufficient, and more certainly the solution you are giving on the weekly power play, that is more than enough. That if we read it 2 3 times 4 5 times, it will be definitely get onto our mind. So for the merit section, for the ESI section, I followed these things, and the ARD things. Sir, I would like to say that being a student of agriculture, it is our cup of tea.
Right,
Uh, but
right.
but but still, sir, I would like to say that your notes are so compact, and this gave me an added advantage whenever, because we already read the other general agriculture books. But one thing, sir, we in our UG, in our PG also, we didn't study the allied part in such a way that we need to do
Mhm,
for this exam. For the
mhm.
allied part, specifically the animal husbandry, fisheries, these are also new to me. So I started preparing those things from the earlier days, and your notes are already there in the Telegram section. I just gone through 1 or 2 times, and when you take the exam, from that week I started preparing it. And with 1 2 reading of your power play, I got an edge over all the questions. So that was the preparation for my merit section. And qualifying section, sir, as I can recall, you said us that when the notification comes, start preparing for that. So for the qualifying section, sir, if I would mention the QRE section, For the quant and reasoning, I have some specific topics that only these
Mm.
things I will do.
Right.
So, so those things I practiced regularly. And for the DM, sir, the one session you have taken, that is more than sufficient. If someone who do not have any knowledge, just watch your one session and read those 10-15 page note one or two times, that would be more than sufficient to get at least 7-8 marks. And for the computer also, I would say that Adda 247 apps have some computer capsule
Yes.
that is more than sufficient to qualify section marks. So this was
Right.
all about
Right.
my prelims.
Right. And that DM session, I don't know what I've taught in that 1 hour. Every aspirant is talking of that 1 hour session. Maybe it
That
was.
1 hour session is more than sufficient to got 6 and 7 marks. I can surely say you, sir.
Thanks, Subhashish, for that. Now, coming on to the phase two of the examination, once you've given the phase one of the
Hmm.
examination, when you started preparing for phase two of the examination, and what was the strategy for English, objective and subjective, how you deal?
Yes, sir. I will start from the English. Sir, English, one thing I would like to mention that you always say that we have to type it, not write it. We have to type it and we have to type it correctly. That should be the grammatically correct, punctually correct, and everything. Content is matter, but it carries less marks as I felt it that besides content, whatever you are typing, that doesn't that makes sense. So
Right.
daily practice is the key. I practiced regularly as I can recall. Whatever question you are given in your portal, so I practiced regularly. And apart from that, some certain essay topics I regularly practiced on Notepad, and thereafter I checked it on Grammarly. So with this, I got some advantage on typing also, and with time, I think I was improved my grammatical skills also. For the English, I specifically followed this strategy. And for the descriptive part, sir, after the prelims, I watched certain videos of different coaching institutes regarding ESI section, and more specifically for the budgets and economic survey, because those are the some theoretical part that we need to gain concept. So while
Hmm.
typing and while giving test, if we incorporate those things, so for that reason I watched certain videos. And when you posted question regularly, I just carry out those things. I just picking those question on time to time basis, as you are giving us time for 2 days to write it, and then you checked it back within 3 days. I just typed it, you checked it, I analyzed it, again I read it. So this was my motto, that I have to practice regularly 2-3 question of descriptive, and two questions, at least two essay and one precis or one arsis or one letter of English. So most of the time, while because the time gap was so limited between prelims and mains, so I engaged maximum time of preparation on typing and practicing.
And coming on to this descriptive, technical descriptive, how you
Yes,
used
sir.
to work it out, means word limits and all, what was in your mind that there are 600 words. So how do you define this word limit in the main examination and while you're practicing the things?
Sir, yes, word limit is there, but I think word limit is not a constraints factor. If your content is good for the descriptive part, for 400, I can recall that I have written only 200 to 220 words. And for the 600 marks question, I have written on an average 300 to 300 to 350 words. So I think word limit doesn't matter at all. If your content is good, if you are presenting your answer, this is the main thing. You have to present your answer. If you want to get edge over over other competitor, you have to present it well. Whatever you are writing, just present it in such a manner that would be when a examiner is going to check your copy, he or she will get just amazed that whatever what the candidate is written. So this will come only with the practice and only with the good presentation skill. So because content is everywhere, sir. Content, if we look upon in the internet, lots of contents are there, but
Right.
whatever we are extracting from them and whatever we are typing or whatever we are writing, that would be a skill, and that would come only with the practice.
Right. Very good information. Now coming on to the next stage that also carries a weightage of 50 marks nowadays, and it's important also. Without good interview marks, you cannot think of selection. So how was your overall experience with the NABARD official board of interview? How it went on, and what are the questions were asked to you? What two, three examples if you can put?
Sir, actually, my interview on the very first day, 4th January. So I was a bit of nervous that this is the first time I was giving an interview. But frankly saying that the board was so cordial and my interview went very well. I was so satisfying that after just getting out of the RO, I just text you, sir, this was the question. And I was so happy. कि जो भी क्वेश्चन मेरे को पूछा मैं आंसर दे दिया ठीक है मैं मतलब I was satisfying that I was satisfying with my performance and the interview started because sir I was giving mock interview in different platform and you also said me that you will be going to be asked from your research background also research background at first and that happened. The chairman sir at first asked me what is your research topic. Let me explain it in layman's language. So it goes with that flow and certain NRM questions, certain questions from that ma'am was the board. She asked me that tell me something about NABARD. I mentioned SHG. Then she picked up some keywords from there. That is SHG banking linkage program. Counter question come from there. So I was in my mind that whatever I'm going to tell, I have to be thoroughly cleared with that word, that keywords. So whatever going to be asked, I need to be explained. So interview went very well. These lines, the interview went, and the sir, another sir was there. He also asked me about NRM initiatives of NABARD, what NABARD is doing in that field, and certain analytical question has also been asked to me, that is regarding the controversy of Dhara Master. So I managed it from the positive negative point of view, as you posted a video on that. So that helped me a lot, sir.
Good, Subhashi. My last question to you would be, what are the two, three things would you like to suggest this year's fresh candidates that what mistakes they should not do for this examination?
Sir, first thing I would like to tell everyone that three things need to be cleared on your mind. That is, be consistent, be dedicated, and you should have belief in your preparation that whatever I am doing, I will be doing best. Because constraints will be there, challenges will be there, but if you are honest to your preparation, you will definitely make it out. So be consistent, be dedicated, and be honest to yourself. This is the thing. And another thing I would like to mention that ऐसे मत करना कि कल एग्जाम दे दूंगा, कल नहीं आएगा, अगर आज देना है तो आज ही देना है. तो मतलब जैसे भी मार्क्स आए, but you have to attempt it. And one thing need to be clear, if you have certain aspiration in your mind कि ये करना है तो ये करना ही है, जैसे भी करके करना है. Because sir, I want to mention that while giving test in your portal, I was in my mind that I have to come in the first 1 to 5 rank. So that was in my mind. I was all in certain time gap, I was checking that am I in the first position, am I in the second position. I know this doesn't make any sense, but that
No,
gives
no,
me
it makes
certain.
a sense. It makes a sense. It makes you always competitive. You will say
Yes,
you
sir.
will think bigger for the next exam.
Yes, sir. Because I can still recall that before the mains date, you also take a full length test, huh? And I gave that. Most probably 10 or 12 people have given that test. But before going to exam hall, I was still checking that if I was the topper or not. This type of thing give you a self confidence. Yes,
Right.
I will be doing good. So be confident, be dedicated, be honest to your preparation, एंड मतलब खुद को ऐसे सोचना है कि हाँ करना है तो करना है, अगर मैं नहीं करूंगा तो कोई आके कर देगा।
Right, right, right. Right, Shivashish, a very positive message lastly given by you to all these aspirants. And actually, in this examination, this motivation only matters the most, right? Materials, notes, CSF, so kahin na kahin you will get, but this motivation factor is always there, right?
यस सर, यस।
Okay, Shivashish, then my best wishes to you, all your future endeavors in your
थैंक यू,
life,
थैंक यू,
right?
थैंक यू सर।
Okay,
थैंक
okay, Shivashish, thank you.
थैंक